Yes guys, what's up? Back on the vlogs. I'm back in Dubai. If you are a subscriber, someone that watches my videos, you'll know the setup here in the Dubai apartment. But I've been away for 6 weeks. I did 1 week in Mallorca to see my family, 4 weeks in Marbella, staying with one of my mates. If you've seen the previous vlogs, you'll have seen us there. I had an absolutely amazing time. And then I've just done a week in the UK, seeing family again. And then I went up to Scotland, because that's where I went to uni for a wedding with one of the guys, well, for one of the guys that I used to live with at uni. So it was amazing to catch up with all the boys that I used to live with. We used to live in a 6-man apartment in Edinburgh, which was pretty crazy before all this whole fitness business thing started. But yeah, back in Dubai now. I got the 10 p.m. flight last night from Edinburgh. Was fairly hungover to say the least. I don't drink that often, probably on average like once a month. So it was a bit of a full send, but you've got to do that for your mate's wedding. But really happy to be back in Dubai now. Circumstances have changed, as you'll probably have gathered. No longer in a relationship, so plenty of free time to just focus on myself without sounding cliche, take my business to the next level. So I've decided that the content on this channel now, whether it's right or wrong, is just going to be me documenting me growing the business and obviously providing health and fitness tips alongside that, because a lot of the people that we work with are generally very busy people that travel. So I guess I live similar lifestyles to them to some extent. I do like to go out every now and again as well. I enjoy meals out, a couple of drinks every now and again too. So I think it is fairly relatable, but I will also be doing educational videos on the channel as well, because they've been going down really, really well over the last few months, the ones that I've been doing with the videographer in front of the whiteboard. So it's going to be a bit of an amalgamation of everything, but I would still say I've been on YouTube for a couple of years now, but not as consistent as I would have liked to have been in that first year. So I think it's still fairly new to me, so I'm just kind of figuring out what the audience likes. But as you'll probably have gathered if you've seen some videos, I'm not only very passionate about fitness, but I'm incredibly passionate about brand building and building my business. So I just simply want to document what I'm doing, because it's really cool to look back on. I watched a video of myself 2 years ago, the first time that I went to Marbella and worked from there. And if I look at where the business is now, we're twice the size in terms of revenue, twice the size in terms of team as well. So you have to look back to realize how far you've come without sounding super cliche again. But just working through check-ins. I don't know how I'm feeling so good and energetic, to be honest. I think I got about 45 minutes of sleep on the plane. I just wasn't tired for some reason. So I'm running off about 2 hours sleep total, because I had a bit of a nap before. But just getting back into routine. The best thing to do if you travel and you've consumed, processed food on the plane, realistically it's going to happen, or maybe you've been away and had a big social event with a few drinks, is just get straight back to your normal diet. Focus on 100% whole foods, good amount of micronutrients, focus on hydration as well, and you will be feeling better far quicker than if you kind of like picked around and didn't get back to your diet basically. But in terms of what I've eaten today, I did eat on the night flight, so I wasn't very hungry for breakfast. So I had a meal prep ordered to the door from a meal prep kitchen in Dubai. Literally, it was just chicken, sweet potato with some sauce and some veg. I think it was green beans. And then I've just had some eggs, salmon, and a bagel with some butter. And I'm just gonna have some fruit. So those are basically my two staple meal 1 and 2. Breakfast, it's always eggs with a carbohydrate source. I'm generally having smoked salmon at the moment as well. And then I've got another meal prep later on tonight just to save me time. So I'm going to do a few more check-ins. I'm going to head down to the gym in the apartment, just do a quick 45 to 50 minute upper body session. I am going to follow my program, but I'm not going to be pushing progressive overload today, because as I say, sleep has been massively impacted over the last few days. So it wouldn't be a good idea to try and push things there. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to go out for an easy run in the morning, probably 8 to 10K, depending on how hot it is. And then I'm going to hit legs later on tomorrow. So we're fully back into it. And my main focus of my training over the next couple of months is to get my body used to doing probably 50K a week of running plus, whilst also doing the strength training too. But I know if you watch other online coaches on YouTube and Instagram, you're probably sick of people saying it, but Dubai really is the best place to lock in with health, fitness and business. It's so convenient. You don't have to lift a finger if you don't want to. You can get the apartment cleaned. You can have someone come and do that within an hour. I have all the meal prep ordered for a pretty similar price as to if I was to cook it myself. Everything's super convenient. So I'm just going to be sat at this desk for pretty much the next month. But I've just signed up with Mark Coles again, the mentor, actually the first mentor that I ever worked with, who took me on my own from about 25 clients up to 100, I think. And we're currently sitting on, I think, 133 clients in the business now. So I'm just really, really focused on improving the program with him over the next few months, probably tweaking our packages a little bit, really refining the offer to take the business to the next level, because I'm in a really good position now. And if I'm honest, I was feeling a little bit comfortable when I was in Marbella, and I don't like that feeling. That's when I know that I need to kind of go in, invest some money into something that's going to then push me to the next level, because again, I know it sounds cliche, but I think comfort is the killer of progress sometimes. And that's part of the reason I actually left Marbella. I was having an amazing time, had a really good first week, definitely needed a little bit of a break after how hard I'd been pushing with the business over the last few months and other stuff going on personally. But I think after that I got a little bit bored, to be honest. I love the environment of Dubai. It's just, you're surrounded by, not that I'm super materialistic, but you're surrounded by obviously a lot of money, which I think is very motivating. And I just found in Spain that routine was a little bit all over the place. The Spanish lifestyle, people go to bed late, they get up late. Just the aircon was terrible in the Airbnb, just little things like that. Less convenient for ordering food and stuff like that. So I just wanted to come back here and give it a good shot, basically. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish off my check-ins, head down to the gym, and I'll probably pick up later on tonight. But this vlog is just going to be the next couple of days, getting back into things, showing you how I get straight back into it after being away for travel. So that is the check-ins done. I will have a couple to do tomorrow morning as well. A lot of my clients are in America, so some of them check in a little bit later, but to be honest, I don't mind spreading them throughout the week, because check-ins require a lot of energy. I like to give a lot of energy in them, so it's good to spread them. But I'm going to head to the gym now. I'm going to run you over the training session that I'm doing. As I said before, I'm not going to try and progressively overload on this, but I'm going to do these movements and just pull back the RPE slightly. That is rate of perceived exertion, essentially how hard you push yourself in a working set. If you're an experienced lifter and you're wanting to build muscle and progress in the gym, realistically you're going to need to probably push yourself to an 8 or a 9 out of 10. You don't want to go all the way to failure, because it's going to be hard to recover and it's going to affect your training later on in that session. But basically I have some mobility work to do at the start of the session. Always do 5 to 10 minutes there, so a little bit of shoulder mobility work, a little bit of lat mobility to improve overhead range, which will help me with my pressing movements in the session. Then we've got 2 core exercises to start: hanging knee raises and ab rollouts, just 1 to 2 sets each of there, just to activate the core. Then my main pushing compound today is 45-degree Smith machine incline press. I don't think this gym actually has a Smith machine in, so I'm probably going to need to do dumbbell free weight or a machine variation. It's all good, you have to mix it up sometimes and adapt for different gyms. 3 sets of pull-ups, definitely will be going light on them because my working sets on pull-ups these days are around 20 kg. Dumbbell pullover, a little bit of thoracic extension there, and lat work. Seated chest supported row, then we've got some lateral raises, triceps and biceps. So relatively low volume, and that's really the way that I'm training at the moment, is higher intensity, lower volume. 4 strength sessions a week on top of 3 to 4 runs, and I find that that is a really good all-round balance for me for maintaining and improving body composition, staying lean, and being able to eat a lot of food as well, because output is really high. And to be honest, I love strength training 4 times a week. Maybe I'd be better off doing 3, but at this stage, I like going to the gym 4 times a week. Always done that. But yeah, gonna get changed now, walk along there. Not gonna video this session. I just wanna get in and get it done because I've got to come back for a call at 7 o'clock and have some food, but I'll definitely be filming some of the sessions later on in the week. That is the training session boxed off. Obviously goes without saying, the strength wasn't quite there today, but what can you expect after a couple of nights of terrible sleep? But nonetheless, just glad to box it off and get it done. I really hate moving my training days. Occasionally I'll run on different days, but strength training I like to keep it Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, just for recovery purposes. And I don't like moving them along because I'm doing a lot of training anyway, so I can't really be afford to pushing things along. So I'm glad I got it done. I'm gonna feel hopefully 100% tomorrow, and then I'm gonna go for a run in the morning, see what the temperature's like. I really hope it's okay because I can't face doing 4 runs a week on the treadmill. I'll definitely do my speed session on Wednesday on the treadmill because my heart rate will be through the roof if I go outside, but the easy runs and potentially the longer one I'm going to attempt to do them by the beach where there's a little bit of a breeze. I did actually stay in Dubai in August 2 years ago and did a half marathon prep, and I remember it being pretty tough, but I did run outside and I did get it done, so I think it should be okay. I'm definitely fitter than I was back then, which means I can maintain a lower heart rate for the same pace on the runs, which is that's obviously what spikes when it's really hot, is heart rate. So I want to be trying to keep that in the high 140s or very, very low 150s, but yeah, we'll see. So I'm meant to have a call in 10 minutes time. We'll see if this person turns up. Then I'm gonna have my meal prep and then go to bed. So not very exciting. I'll pick up tomorrow and I'll talk a little bit of business and what we're focusing on at the moment. So that is the first run back done. Ended up doing it on the treadmill. I woke up this morning at 5:30, which was when I'd set my alarm to get up and do the run, and I just still felt absolutely fucked because basically got no sleep the night before. So I ended up lying in until 6:45, managed to get 8 hours and 45 minutes of sleep. So safe to say I'm feeling really, really good now. So just did 10K on the treadmill there. Felt really good, to be honest. That's the first run that I've done in 9 days. So felt a little bit foreign to the body, but it feels good. I'm gonna have some food. Just had my new macros created by Harry, the nutritionist on board the team, just to refine everything. So I'll probably be running over those in the next video. I might do a video on all my training at the moment and explain what I'm doing over the next 3 weeks before I start prep for the Abu Dhabi Marathon. But food, work, then I'm gonna head to the gym, do some more work at the gym just to get out of the apartment, then do my lower body session, and then I'm back for calls from 5 until 9 p.m. So it's gonna be a bit of an intense one, but I've got nothing booked in tomorrow morning, so I'll be able to relax a little bit. But that's basically the way it is at the moment. My lighter days are but yeah, lighter days of work. Thursday, gonna probably go to the beach, get a high amount of steps in, and then probably go to a cafe and do some work like on the business, work on some systems and things like that. Got a meeting with my mentor Mark tomorrow, so I know he'll give me some stuff to do. And then Saturday, don't really do too much work on Saturday, so that's the way it is at the moment. But it's good to be back. I'm feeling pretty productive. I've had all my food delivered, got everything sorted, so it's just down to executing now. Wow, what a day. It's 8:45 p.m. I'm in exactly the same position that I was this morning. It's 6:45 for a call. Wow, bit of an emotional roller coaster today. So had a call this morning with actually another coach that told me they were too busy to track nutrition. So I think it's fair to say she wasn't a good fit for the program. She didn't sign up. Then I went on my run. Then I did more work, which I think is where I checked in last time. Had some food, went to the gym, did a call, came back, had a nap because I was pretty tired after that double training day. It's actually the only day of the week that I do 2 sessions. I really don't like doing them, but if you're gonna train for a marathon and stay jacked, then they're gonna have to be fit in there somewhere. I then had someone not turn up to a call, and then someone who did turn up to a call who we managed to sign up for our highest ticket program, which is awesome. So it just goes to show, even though I had one shit call, one guy that didn't show up, you never know what can happen. And I actually wasn't sure about this guy. He didn't show up to the call yesterday, but turns out he just didn't know how to work Zoom. So I really wasn't that hopeful, to be honest, but that'll happen sometimes where you don't think someone who's gonna sign up and they end up being a great fit for the program. And I'm confident that he's gonna be a really, really good client for us to work with. He's an airline pilot in the US, so really pleased to have him on board. But I'm just gonna send over his onboarding forms now, and then I'm gonna get to bed. It'll be 9 p.m. by then. So a relatively successful day. We've had a really good month so far, to be honest. We've had a lot of clients renew, which has been good, which has bumped up the revenue for the month, and I think we've still got a bit to come in for the rest of the month. So that is 4 back-to-back months that we've done really well in. So I'm very happy with that, and I'm excited to go and plan for the next few months with my mentor tomorrow. I've got an interval workout in the morning. I'm just gonna do a 2K warm-up with 6x1K with a 2K cool down, probably my favorite interval workout. I'm just trying to tide things over with some speed work until the marathon prep starts in 3 weeks time. So I'm probably just gonna repeat that session each week and maybe increase the distance a little bit. So I'm gonna sleep well tonight. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. It's just the season of building, but this is the reality of growing my business. It's at a really, really good spot now, but to get it to that next level, it's going to take investment in a few different areas, and it's going to take me just doing more work, just spending more time at the computer, which I'm quite happy to do. But I've changed my life massively over the last 3 years since I moved to Dubai, and I'm going to do it all over again. So I'm going to head to bed now, and I'll check in tomorrow, get a haircut in the morning as well, which I'm looking forward to because I'm an absolute mess at the moment, and they're going to shave my face as well because I left my razor in Marbella and I've ordered one, but it's not arriving until tomorrow. There we go, feeling slightly more fresh today. I looked homeless yesterday. Just been down to get the short back and Geordie, the skin fade and the beard trim. I hit an interval workout this morning, 5 by 1K on the treadmill. Managed to maintain and hold a 320 per kilometer pace. That's way faster than I've ever done before for that workout. Just goes to show that the fitness has been built over June and July. Over Marbella, when I built up the mileage, did a good bit of speed work over there. It was outside, it obviously wasn't as hot as Dubai, but nonetheless, it's definitely harder training those interval workouts outside. So when you go back onto a treadmill, obviously you can just completely control the pace. Heart rate came back down between the intervals much quicker. So I ended up having a really good workout. Just did 5 by 1K with 1.5K either side for warm up and cool down. So only 8K total today, but I just want to save myself for later on in the week when hopefully I can get another 10K easy run in, and then hopefully a longer one on the weekend, maybe between 12 and 15, depending on how the body's feeling, obviously, because I took a week off. So I just want to see how it's feeling before I decide what I do. But basically I'm just trying to accumulate 40 to 45K each week until the marathon prep starts in 3 weeks time, provided that the body is feeling good. It hasn't felt that good, to be honest, over the last few months. Not sure I've mentioned it on the channel before, but I had my ACL reconstructed when I was 14. And part of the operation for that is they cut off a bit of your hamstring and put it in your knee, and then it basically becomes a new ligament. But if you cut off a bit of muscle, like, it can't grow back. So I basically got this hole in my hamstring. So my right hamstring is very unstable. It's always going to be weaker than my left. I can do my best to bring it up in the gym, bring the strength up there, but there's always a weakness there, and the muscles around the hip, so TFL, hip flexor, glute med, they basically have to work overtime to make up for the lack of hamstring. So I constantly have a tight right hip, so I'm always trying to kind of rehab that and improve it. It definitely probably holds me back from being able to build the mileage up quickly, but it is what it is. We've just got to deal with it. There's people in worse situations. About to jump on a call with my appointment setter from Instagram, and then I'm going to drive to my mentor's house, and I'll try and film a little bit in the car and explain what the main focuses for us are over the next few months. And I'll obviously check back in after and document what went on in the meeting. So I'm just picking up the vlog. Had an absolutely unreal meeting with Mark, my mentor, yesterday. I was so tired when I got home, and then I was back to back on, I think, 5 calls last night, so just decided to video today instead. I'm probably gonna round this video off today, upload it, and then the next one will definitely have a little bit more structure, but I thought it would just be good to kind of vlog realistically what I'm doing, and this is the reality of online coaching, is spending a lot of time standing there at that desk and trying to push things forward. So what we went over was, so I worked with Mark 3 years ago when I started my business, and he got me from, I think I mentioned before, like around 20, 30 clients to 100. Took a little bit of time away, worked with some other people, got some different perspectives on like business and the fitness industry and how they did things. Managed to kind of grow it myself for a bit of time as well, and I've come back to him to kind of help me take it to the next level, because to get up to 150 clients plus, it's going to take a little bit more of a push from my side, a little bit of motivation, having someone in my corner giving me the confidence that I can kind of do it, and to make those investments that are going to be necessary in ads, more team members and things like that. But we basically stripped everything back. The quality of the program is fantastic. Like, we've basically spent the last year working on the business, making sure the results are great, making sure the education and the service that the clients receive is amazing, because I think a lot of people miss that bit, and that's why we've actually naturally kind of organically grown over the last year. So now it's time to look at price point and things like that, look at the team, motivate them more, incentivize them more, so that basically there's more work being doing in the background without me. So yeah, we looked at price point, changed a few things there. We've looked at the inbound, the outbound messages and things like that, just a way to generate more leads and essentially a fitness business, as a sales business. So basically what we need to do, what we need to focus on doing over the next few months is book more calls, leads to more signups. I need to improve my sales skills and things like that. And then we really need to hone in on the American market, which we've been doing really well with over the last few months. So basically took a load of notes yesterday. We spoke together for 90 minutes at his house. So I have a lot to kind of go over today and compartmentalize into a few different things that I'm then going to work on doing over the next few months. So it's going to be tough. It's going to take a lot of work, but I'm excited for it. So I slept for 9 hours last night. I think I'm still catching up from basically missing a whole day of sleep earlier on in the week, but I feel amazing now. So I'm going to head to the Boulevard, which is where I used to live in downtown, meet one of my friends who is a business mentor. We're going to get a coffee, catch up, going to get some food there, and then I'm going to go meet one of my other mates. Thursday is kind of becoming it is my quietest day of work. I have a couple of calls later on, but I've been back to back Monday to Wednesday, so I need to take a little bit of time off today and relax a little bit, get a training session in, because tomorrow, Friday, is a big day of check-ins. But I'm loving it at the moment. I'm feeling super, super motivated, and I just want to work, all day and in the evening as well. So I'm excited for what the next few months is going to hold. But I'm going to get a taxi over there now because it's an absolute nightmare driving around there, and the taxis are really, really cheap in Dubai. They're like £4 or £5. But yeah, I'm gonna head over there now. I'll video it because it's a really, really nice place. There's the coffee shop, and there is the Burj. Absolutely sick. So quiet. Used to live here and it used to be so busy. It's so much quieter in summer. Kind of miss it. Okay guys, so I'm just gonna round off the vlog here, take you through my very, very simple morning routine, which consists of taking supplements. I've just had a shower. I got an unbelievable sleep last night, another almost 9 hours, and I felt like an absolute machine today. Had a really, really good training session. I hit 40 kg on dips for 7 reps, which is an all-time PB, which is more than half of my body weight. So that has really motivated me to get to bed at a good time tonight. I have a call with a client at 6 a.m. tomorrow because he is in, I think he's in Pacific time zone, so he's like 11 hours behind us, so that's why I have to get up early. But I don't mind getting up early on Fridays because I've got a big day of check-ins. I'm not sure if I might have 1 or 2 calls tomorrow, but I need to hit a run in the morning. If my knee feels good, I don't know what the fuck I've done, but I woke up with a really sore knee today, like around the kneecap, which is really unusual. I think it must have been from my run on the treadmill yesterday, which is strange. I'll be a little bit gutted if I can't run tomorrow because I was planning on doing 4 this week, but if I can't run, then I'm gonna go across the road to the gym and do some conditioning, like skiing, rowing, just whatever I can do. But I'm hoping that it kind of fixes itself overnight. But the way it's feeling at the moment, that's probably unlikely. I feel like it's just one little niggling injury after another at the moment, but that's the reality of doing this sort of training. But I think I've genuinely just been unlucky with this one because it's not an injury that I've had before. So anyway, I'm gonna go to bed soon. The supplements that I have every single night: creatine monohydrate. I have around 7 to 8 grams of this now because there's actually a lot of research that has, there is some research that's recently come out that is showing that people of not higher body weights, but around my body weight of 80 kilos need closer to 7 to 8 grams for proper performance improvements. Magnesium glycinate to improve sleep quality. Omega-3 fish oils to reduce inflammation from all the training. Vitamin D3, everyone in the world should be supplementing with that. I take 6,000 IUs, sometimes more. Zinc, inflammation as well, to help with testosterone. And then L-theanine, which is promote relaxation. I've mentioned this quite a few times. I like to take this sometimes before I sleep and when I'm trying to focus with work, because it brings you down from that kind of fight or flight state into a more relaxed state. So it's really, really good for someone like me who I feel like my head's in 10 different directions, so it brings me down and helps me focus. I definitely don't have ADHD, but I think I maybe have ADHD tendencies where I struggle to focus, but maybe that's just because I've got a lot of things going on and I need to be more organised, who knows. But that's what I'm taking. We got the logos back today for the rebrand for Athletic Aesthetic, so I'm really pleased with that. So I'll probably show you that in the next video. Basically just got got a proper logo done from a proper graphic designer. We got all the different JPEGs, PDFs, so we can put them all over our social media posts, and we got a universal font that we can put on all of the content that we put on for the brand, even when the coaches post, as well as me. So just trying to take it up a level in terms of professionalism. But it's the 31st of July today, so final day of the month, PB month in July, which is unbelievable because July is, I think, probably the toughest month for fitness, with the exception of December, because no one's really signing up towards Christmas. So I'm super pleased with that. We just made a few changes. Well, I have made some changes for next month, increased the ad spend by 25%. I've been refining some of the DMs and Instagram. So hopefully with those two changes there, we'll get more followers, we can have more conversations, and we'll probably be booking more sales calls, which will help take us to the next level. But everything is running well, touch wood. So it's just about putting in the work, but I'm loving it at the moment. I'm motivated, I'm enthusiastic, and I think it's just these extra couple of hours in the evening of doing the YouTube, doing the marketing, refining things that are really gonna help me take it to the next level. So that's where we're going. I'm gonna go to bed now, call in the morning, and then hopefully a run. I'll check in the next vlog.